Hello there. Doing a little bit of a different location, as you can see right off the bat, location and time. Doing a bearded babble tonight. I'm in Jaden's room. It's, I don't know, it's probably 2:30, 3 o'clock a.m. We had no nursing tonight, so we split amongst my wife Jenny and my daughter Dakota. We all kind of help out and get through the night, and it's my turn from here on in. I'll take over the rest of the night. Jenny will take over early morning. And then an interesting thing is we have, Jaden has to go for a minor surgery in the morning on his face. He's going to get a cyst removed. Everything should be okay with that. But again, just the explanation of the tiredness in the eyes. It's nights like these where we don't have the nursing, so we got to figure it out. Stay up all night. It's important. I'm sitting in Jaden's room. If you don't realize yet, Halloween decorations all over the place. Just sitting here, he's in bed right in front of me here. And due to his seizures, there always has to be someone here. That's why, fortunately, I'm not sure exactly how many years ago, maybe 8 to 10 years ago, we finally got nursing. And that was a blessing, because before that, we used to have another bed at the foot of his bed, and Jenny and I would take turns staying in here, and you'd have to keep a hand basically on him just to know when he had a seizure, to make sure that he's okay. So again, this is just part of our life and what we do, and I figured I'd sit here and share a little bit of it with you as I'm here on night nursing. Like I said, he's in a nice sound sleep. He's had a couple of seizures tonight. That's normal, unfortunately for him. The remnants of the hurricane that have been coming through over the past 2 days. That weather pattern has definitely been rough on Jaden. Things like that affect his seizures and the way that he feels. He also, things like that, I guess barometric pressure. Moon changes affect him greatly. Whenever there's a full moon, a new moon, whenever it's something like a harvest moon or something like that, we always notice a lot of changes in his seizure activity and pattern, the way that it is. So we're always dealing with stuff like that. Again, just sitting here, night nursing. I've been doing this for years. Like I said, we've been fortunate enough to have the nursing, but still we have a lot of nights where we don't have nursing, and then we cover it as we always did before. I spent so many nights standing at his bedside, whether it was at home or hospitals. It's just something that I don't know if you ever get used to, but you get used to. You figure out your routine. You figure out when to nap, when to try to catch up. Although I know that that's absolutely impossible. You never catch up on sleep, especially not in this house. That I definitely know for a fact. But you try, and that's what we'll do. I know there's another day this week that we don't have nursing, so probably by the time I get back on track from being thrown off from this one, we'll have another night of no nursing. Maybe I'll do another quick podcast on that night and talk about that night. Again, this is therapeutic. It's just me sitting here in a dark room. Not much to do, so I can babble with you, I guess. Why not? It's always just trying to figure out how to. I think the mental aspect is a big part of these nights. You sit here, almost waiting and hoping nothing happens, but something does. And 9 times out of 10, all you got to do is just make sure that he's okay. If it's a bigger seizure and he's disoriented afterwards, just have to make sure that he's relocated and settled back into bed. It is interesting though, every now and then Jaden will have a night terror, and he will just scream at the top of his lungs. He won't hear any movement. It's not like he sits up. It'll just be in that sleeping position out of nowhere, just a very loud scream. It'll scare the bejesus out of you. And when you get up to check on him, he is sound asleep like nothing has ever happened. Those are always interesting. It's always interesting whenever we've warned our nurses about those, and I'm pretty much sure that they've all experienced it a couple of times, and it's kind of funny when you hear about it the next morning, because I'll usually hear it anyway, and I'll be like, how was that one? Because even though we have the nursing and our room is right next door, I still hear everything. I'm a very light sleeper. I'm a worrier. It's I hear everything. Unfortunately, part of my insomnia, that doesn't help. The bags under the eyes is my insomnia and my constant worry and thought. It's another big part of being a special needs parent, even just a parent, is the constant worry. What do we have to do? What do we have to take care of next? Like I said, in a couple of hours, we'll be taking him for a minor surgery. Again, it's minor, but still, it's always something that you have to worry about. You have to be prepared for. I was even like telling Jenny before. I was telling her, I was like, okay, we have to make sure that we have all the meds, everything that we possibly need for him, extra change of clothing, and this, that, the other thing. And even she was just like, kind of like, it's just going to be in and out quick, but you always have to be prepared, because you never know in situations with Jaden. Things change quickly with him, so we always have to be prepared, and I think that's a good thing, just in case if things go wrong or something happens, or he has a big seizure. He's had accidents, soiled himself, and we're very good with dealing with that out and wherever. You just have to do that as a special needs parent. I think there was being prepared. Speaking of, there was one time we went to see Spider-Man on Broadway, an amazing night. We have some pictures from that. We had one of the Spider-Men actually came down during the performance, and where we were sitting was almost at the back, and somebody came out and they were just like, hey, just come out here for 1 second real quick. And Jaden and I came out, and there was an actual one of these Spider-Men in full costume was there, and we took some pictures and hung out, and it was really cool. But talk about being prepared for something. That night, Jaden, I think it was after that actually, his stomach, he has a lot of stomach issues, and his stomach just, I guess, went, and it was basically just a wet, muddy mess poop. I think he has adult diapers, but I think it was one of those ones that just like came out everywhere, and it was just everywhere like immediately. I remember Jenny and I went, I think we've done this before, like I'll go in, we'll check a bathroom, if nobody's there, both of us will have to go in sometimes to take care of him, just to be able to clean up a catastrophe like that. And I don't think we were even able to get into a bathroom. I think we had to find a space outside of the bathroom. It was really weird, like on the floor. Luckily there was like a corner there, and I remember we're like a NASCAR pit crew. The way that we just know what we have to do. We've dealt with some of the worst situations, things that are, I guess you could say, gross, but when it's your child, and you just have to clean it up and you have to deal with it. And like I said, we'll get in there and we'll know what to do, and one holds this leg and one does that, and one wipes and one cleans, one gets the shirt off without him touching anything. And it's one of those things afterwards, you take a deep breath, you give each other a high five, and you move on. But yeah, we literally had a catastrophe, and probably had him completely changed and clean and everything bagged. And we probably even threw out the clothes, because we, before plastic bags were illegal, we used to always have plastic bags everywhere with us. That was like the thing, because if you had to clean up, you had to have a plastic bag. And I think we just like took like everything that he had on. I think it was even like down to like his socks, and again, we had extra socks, and changed everything, got him back, and before we knew, we were back in the show, and probably didn't even miss much of a scene or anything like that. But that's being prepared as a special needs parent. And again, as a parent, you always need to be prepared for whatever. So that's what we do, and we'll be prepared for tomorrow for whatever we have to deal with. And I know before we know it, we'll be back home. Everything's going to be fine, and we'll continue on with our routine, and just get on with the day as we always do. But again, just a night nursing duty here for me, middle of the night, hanging out in Jaden's room, just keeping an eye on him, making sure that everything's okay, because That's what has to be done every night. And then in a couple of hours, I'll start the morning routine of the plethora of meds that he gets throughout the day. But they start at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then it's 6, and then it's 7. And then again throughout the day, it's just a constant routine of meds. So again, in addition to being a nurse, pharmacist, therapist, we'll do some work with him during the day, get him stretching, get him marching in place. Like I said, I carry him around and keep him walking as much as possible. I think I'm going to try to get some video of that over the next maybe next couple of days. Put together a little something of our day, of what our day can consist of. And again, this is our day. Our day starts at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, being a nurse in his room, watching him all night, hopefully getting maybe an hour or two rest in the morning, and then going out where he's going to have a medical procedure performed. And then we'll be back home, and then we'll carry on with our day. We'll have to get some physical therapy in there with him because he's going to need it. We'll be exhausted. But again, that's part of our day, and I think I'm going to put together something basically just showing a little glimpse into our day in our world. And how we get through it with laughter. Again, I'll always stress that's the most important thing, is just dealing with everything that we have to deal with laughter, and just doing whatever just to make the day fun, because that's what you got to do. Again, I'm here on night nursing, so it's quiet, so I figure I'd talk to you. So thanks for listening. Next time, who knows where the Bearded Babble will be from, but I'll see you then. Peace, love, laughter. Have a good night. Thanks for joining in. Bye-bye.